Lynch deserves some credit for bringing him in. But how did you feel about the addition of Chase Young? And do you think that maybe that was a key, not adjustment, but change that brought some energy and potentially can bring some sustained success to, because we're talking about maybe the Thomas move affected the Jaguars game, but we're not super confident in it long term. There might still be some question marks and some help that the secondary needs. But do you think that, because I mean, Bosa had his welcome to the 2023 season party yesterday, and he looked, I mean, they looked giddish together. It was, which I totally understand. When I bet this is how you were in Disneyland, just like skipping around with your friends. And you know what I mean? When I run into my best friend Lacey, that's me too. So I totally understand the excitement. But do you think that the two, Bosa and um, Chase Young, working in tandem together is going to be something that helps that defensive line moving forward? Because I really think that we're talking about, you know, maybe the corners playing a little bit more man coverage, not giving so many easy completions, Thomas performing well, Fred Warner and the defense in general having so much more effort and energy. But I think what it comes down to that was actually the most impactful and that maybe would have made an impact in the losses that we didn't see now and obviously makes such a big difference was Bosa getting sacks and getting home. That's a key difference that we saw in this game that we haven't consistently seen in previous games. And if they want to win the Super Bowl, your star players have to play like star players. And yesterday, Nick Bosa did. So do you think that that addition of Chase Young is something, one, just in general, that you want to celebrate? And do you think that that'll continue to be an effective duo?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think having Chase Young out there kind of reinvigorated the defensive line, especially Nick Bosa, right? Like I kind of felt like it was just I don't want to say like morale boost, but it just kind of felt like a good like energy boost, shot of adrenaline, whatever you like, cliche you want to use for this defensive line. And also for Chase Young. Like I think it looks like they're
Yeah, he
having
seemed
fun.
excited. Yeah.
Like, it looked like Nick Bosa and Chase Young are just having fun out there, and it's like a competition. Like, who's gonna get to the quarterback first? Like,
Did you
I'll
see that
beat you
little
there.
clip where he was like, "Oh no, I'm gonna get him next time"? I like that.
Yeah, like it's so
That's the mindset you
that's
want your
just
guys to have, right?
exactly. It's just a great like whatever they need to feel motivated to get to the quarterback. Hey, like that's cool. That's awesome. And I think we saw it out on the field Sunday, right? I think it's really cool that they have such a close friendship. Like you could tell, like they're such bros. Like what a bromance. Like the little like
The little head,
headbutts and
the
the
little.
little headbutts, the little helmet kisses, whatever you want to call it. Um I think
I loved
it's
it.
great. It's great to see off the field, but also when they're on the field and they're going after the quarterback, like the one
They
sack
challenge
where
each other.
they
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 challenge each
challenge
other.
each other. That's such a yes. That's a great way to put it. They challenge each other, and I think they sharpen each other as they do that, right? And
I
it's
also
gonna be
feel
fun.
like
Like
I noticed, and who knows if this is true, but in the little clips that were going viral, I noticed a bit of like maybe, and I don't mean this disrespectfully, and I don't know, maybe I'm not phrasing it right because I think some people like, I feel like boys are fragile, so they could take this wrong. But I could be rephrasing this incorrectly, but I noticed some like little brother, big brother syndrome. Like Chase Young was kind of like trying to impress Bosa. Like he was like, I got there first, and like I'm gonna do good. And Bosa was like, all right, you can come and you're making me better too, I guess. Like I noticed that when we're talking about that friendship and bromance, I also noticed a bit of like that. There seemed to be a really comforting and special familiarity between the two of them, and hopefully that carries on. I wonder if Chase Young's continue, like, this is obviously way too soon, but if he's very successful for the rest of the year, I wonder if the 49ers will try to keep him long term.
yeah, I don't know. I've seen a couple people like throw that idea out there, right? I'm not gonna rule it out. Like, I just don't think we know. I think
Yeah.
when they made the trade for him, the intention was that he would be a rental, you know? Um, but things can change, right? Like they can always feel like, hey, like we actually have something kind of special here. Let's actually, bring him back. He's young, right? If he stays healthy the rest of the year, that's another positive thing to feel good about him long term. So who knows? Like I really don't know. No one really knows. I'm sure the 49ers don't even know right now. Like they need to see this season play out to really make that decision. But I'm sure there is a world, there is a type of season that Chase Young could have and a type of impact he can have on this team for them to, really consider it. At the same time, Emmanuel Sanders, very similar situation, uh, but kind of the opposite because Emmanuel Sanders was like the big brother in that situation
Yeah,
for
with Debo,
some of the
right?
young guys. But they let him walk after that season, right?
Yeah.
So, okay, great. You made your impact and that impact was felt for like several years. So who knows? I don't know. I just feel like they usually stick to their original plan in that case, but we'll see. I'm sure it'll be fun discussion at the end of the season to debate.
I